Hello everyone. Someone asked me, Mira, how did you get in Japan and what can you say about discrimination and living there? I think you're asking me this question. Maybe you have a relative or a family that would be going to another country, or your wife is going to go to another country with you. So I would take it that way. Okay, I got, first of all, after I got my degree, I worked for several jobs and then I went to school, of course, to I was teaching English to other nationalities like Koreans and Japanese. And then, to be honest, I graduated tourism. So, yeah. But it was too late when I realized I have a passion for teaching. I just like seeing my students learn. So, that's why maybe I like talking to you guys. It's the same thing. I like to share information. I think that's my passion. And I like to gain information as well. So after that, I decided to change my degree. But fortunately, I got a TESOL. I don't know if you know, it's a certification for teaching English. And then I applied for a job. They're not very strict. As long as you have a degree and TESOL, they would work it out. So anyway, I got here in Japan. That's how I got here in Japan. The discrimination, to be honest, I think Japanese are too polite to discriminate Filipinas. There is a big discrimination, especially most of the Filipinas here who came here before. They are really known as entertainers. Sometimes I'm thinking, I wish, because in the Philippines, if you're Japanese, you're an entertainer in Japan. The Filipinos would think you have many money, and then they would also say that you're very pretty, because usually entertainers who go to Japan are really like white skin, they look like half blood, really like pretty. So I was thinking about that, maybe, but unfortunately I'm not. And I don't think I can be, even if I want to. Plus, I'm too old. Come on, I'm gonna be a grandmother. So yeah, discrimination. There is a discrimination. I would experience that in restaurants like that. I remember being in one restaurant. There was a Japanese guy. I was with my Filipino friend, and then she said, "Oh, He said I like Philippines, but I don't like Manila because it's a sex tourism." And then I was laughing out loud. I said, Manila is a sex tourism. I think you only know one place because my city is the sex tourism. Then he was shocked and I said, have you been to Philippines? And then he said no. And I said, how did you know that Manila is sex tourism? And then he said he heard it from someone. And I said, that someone doesn't know where the good place is. Look, I have already accepted what people call my Angeles city. I have already accepted that if you type Angeles City, Philippines in Google, you would see women wearing panties. So it's something that I don't have to be, I'm not saying I'm proud of it. I'm not saying I'm ashamed of it. I'm saying I have faced the reality. It's how my city earns. It's how foreigners invest. So why would I? I mean, yeah, not gonna blurt that out. And then I guess the worst discrimination that I experienced was, as you know, I'm going to the gym, right? And then before, I don't really mind what time I would go to the gym, but and in the morning, usually the people who go there are old people, like grandmas, grandpas, like that. Well, because of the generation, they are still, close-minded. And let's be honest, really old people have discrimination here, right? Their minds are closed. They don't really like changes. Unlike the younger generation nowadays in Japan, what they do is just travel the world. So they experience other culture and understand it more. Unfortunately, even if they try to share that to older people, these older people won't accept that easily. So I got discriminated. Like sometimes they don't want to sit beside me at the sauna, and then they would be, yeah. I guess the worst one was I went inside the sauna and then everybody just went out. Yeah, after I got out, that's the time they came back in. So I respect older people. Mantra. So But did it hurt me? First it did. I won't be lying. But while I was taking a shower after the sauna, I told myself they are old people. I should be the one understanding them. Changes happen. Maybe when I get older, I won't be accepting many things that the younger generation would have. But at least I can do is respect them. That changes happen. Everything changes. So some people just, maybe they are afraid of changes. They despise change because they know they cannot go with it anymore. So I understand that. Aside from, and also Starbucks, like they would ask me, where are you from? When I say I'm from the Philippines, you know their facial expressions. So duh, I bought like, that what I did that time, because maybe not pissed, but I just want to show that it doesn't really matter. I went to Starbucks every day, but then I got tired of the sweetness. So anyway, I found another coffee shop which I like the style and everything, so I don't really care about that. When it comes to discrimination, for the person who's asking, I really don't mind. I have experienced too much, especially in the Philippines. I grew up in the red light district, so one way or another, I cannot control the tourists who are coming, and there would be discrimination. I guess the biggest people who like to discriminate Filipinos, I'm sorry, but this is my experience, are Koreans. I work for a Korean boss, and then everything in their house is fine, but outside, some Koreans are still, yeah, especially the older ones, they love to discriminate Filipinos, unlike the Western. That's why I feel comfortable eating at a restaurant, Western restaurant, than a Korean restaurant, although I like spicy foods. So, yeah. I eventually got used to it. Not used to it, but I eventually decided to ignore them. As I've said before, discrimination, it doesn't talk about the person being discriminated, but the person who is discriminating. It only shows how limited their information is and how narrow-minded they are. That's how I, calm myself down and remove whatever pain. So my life in Japan is not as fancy as everyone would say, like being in another country. I guess coming here has made me understand my aunt in London more, because I see a lot of, I'm still fortunate compared to other Filipinas who really sacrifice a lot for their family. And yeah, some of them would stay with their Japanese husbands even though they are hurting them just for the sake of visa. And then some, even if the husband is cheating, they would stay just for the sake of visa. But on the other hand, I also feel sorry for the other Japanese who stayed with their wives, but after their wives got their visa, the permanent visa, these wives left the Japanese husband. So that one, I really hate that. I just hate people cheating on others. Just anyway, it's their, I don't know. I don't want to say it's their life, but for those who has experienced that, I'm sorry. I cannot say sorry for the whole Filipinas who did that to you, and I cannot really know why they did it, but I know it's bad. I know it's bad, really bad. Anyway, aside from that, maybe because I don't really care, or maybe because I don't understand what they are saying, the discrimination doesn't bother me that much. Action speaks louder than words, so only when I see their actions, that's when I get a little bit hurt. But words, come on, you can say anything, I won't understand you. But yeah, when it comes to Western discrimination, maybe if I'm gonna hear it, it's okay, it's their opinion, as I've said again and again, it's their opinion. I respect that. Maybe I also have a secret opinion about them. My opinion would be, is that the only thing you know? But that's me, to calm myself down. Anyway, I'm gonna make my next video. It's gonna be something. Anyway, I'll tell you.